Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co host, Brian.
What's going on, everybody?
We're back to talk Farmer Wants a Wife. This is season 2, episode 2. Make sure you're like and subscribed here and on TikTok. Check out all of our Farmer Wants a Wife coverage. We even did a cast interview. We did all of last season, and we will review every episode this season. So go check that out. All right, Brian. So everyone's on the farm now. So everyone's made it to the farm. They did start with the 4 solo one-on-one dates. We got to see 3 of the 24-hour dates. Unfortunately, we did not get to see Farmer Nathan and Mackenzie's 24-hour date. We found out that Mackenzie had to leave in between being picked and going to the farm. Apparently, some kind of health issue with her father. Sounded super serious. Thoughts and prayers out there. We're hoping here's podcast, everything's okay. And
Sure.
even if things didn't work out, that things are better now. So maybe we'll see her, Bry. We don't know.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably the only show that we've ever seen where somebody leaves and comes back.
Yeah, they're very understanding on this
Yeah.
show for sure, and they definitely. I don't know what kind of timeline they do the seasons over, but they definitely seem like they provide a good amount of time there. So, like we said, thoughts are there, and we hope to see her back this season. We did have 3 dates though, Brian. I'll run through them off the top. We had Farmer Ty and Melody. We had Farmer Mitchell and Kiana, and we had Farmer Brandon and Reba. What were your highlights?
I mean, Ty kissed. I mean, he's the oldest guy, and I mean, Melody. I think she looks young. So
She does look young.
yeah, I mean, good for him. Because he seems to have the most. I think like
Game,
yeah, suave. Like you can tell
game
that
for
he's
sure.
yeah. I mean, obviously as a kid he's been married, so he's
Yeah,
been around. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of like I like him, and he's serious. He wants to find somebody, and I think like when he does have to cut somebody at some point, it's gonna be
tough.
like yeah, like for real. Like I mean, we'll get there, but like his cut wasn't really like groundbreaking.
No, no,
Yeah,
his cut wasn't much. It
yeah,
wasn't crazy. We can talk about that now. I don't want to go too far into the review for that. So,
yeah,
Ty was the only farmer to make a cut this week. He chose to cut Erin. Erin did get a little bit of screen time towards the end of the episode. She had been a little upset and was talking to him and was just like, hey, this very standard reality TV thing. Feel like
yeah.
we didn't really get a lot of time to talk to each other, and makes me nervous that I may get eliminated. And then he goes ahead and just like eliminates her, and I appreciate that he didn't string her along. Like you said, it seems like he has a lot of other connections. You already
Mhm,
talked about Melody, but they did also show Megan. They had that nice conversation in the barn.
mhm.
So, like you said, of all the women, it seems like he has, even though he did eliminate someone, he seems to have pretty strong connections to me. And like I said, maybe like you said, Brian, it's just because he is maybe a little bit more apt with dating. So he's
Yeah,
actively flirting, right? He's
right.
actively flirting with these women and he's trying to date them. The other guys, they're feeling it out.
It was yeah, it was rough. Honestly, some of them. I mean, but like I kind of feel like that's what we're kind of signed up for with the show. Like they either got it or they don't.
What was the Brandon? Was that his dad?
Yeah, yeah. That shows up.
His dad shows up on the farm, and lets him know that he hasn't had a girlfriend since high school.
Yeah.
It's a rough look. Dad, that's a piece of info that does not need to be out there.
It's really funny.
No, he's a wholesome man. He's like, hey, I'm working here, so ask the questions quick. I'm just gonna tell you.
Yeah.
And what about our? It is funny because a lot of these women, and they will realize probably pretty quickly, and a lot of these guys probably don't have sordid dating histories. There's probably not a lot of
Yeah.
angry exes out there, and that's such a
Right.
common question in our kind of
Yeah.
areas and populated places. Well, what about their exes? I mean, exes. I dated a few people. But what's the problem? Yeah, but where's the drama?
No drama.
We live too far away from each other. It's like that's it. It's like yeah, well, that's not practical.
Right. Yeah, just different world. Yeah. But
Let's see what I have highlights here. I one of my highlights, Farmer Mitchell and Kiana. I was a fan of Kiana last week. I laughed though because the very first thing he shows her is his buckhead.
yeah. Yeah.
Very wholesome. Just very much wanted to show her his new buckhead.
Look what I got. Look at this thing I killed.
Bland provided me.
Yeah, right. What do you say? Like he said it like this guy used to be on my property. Is that what he said? Said something
Yeah,
along those lines, right?
he was roaming my property or
Yeah.
something, something to that effect. Which It's definitely true. And he probably wasn't there first, Brandon, but I think the deer might have beat you to it. So
Right.
we're gonna get into the rights. Talking about Brandon, the Reba stuff was interesting, right? So
Mhm.
Reba getting the one-on-one date. We've said Reba doesn't have a shot because Reba has a daughter. Uh, Reba makes the first sassy statement of the season. She is not a fan of what's her face.
Oh, was it
Uh,
Jenna? It starts with a J, I thought.
I have it. Joy.
Joy. Yeah.
Not a fan of Joy.
Up Brandon's butt.
Up Brandon's butt, according to her. I haven't heard that one in a very long time.
Mm.
The other women not happy with Joy. Joy is very done up. Joy is putting it on. But you know what? When there's five people, you got to get remembered. I don't, she hasn't really done anything to me that's outrageous so far. If the worst thing you can say to her that she's not be a fit for him, well, guess what, ladies? All of you are not a fit for this, except for the chick that literally runs construction or Megan
Right.
who has horses. Besides
Yeah.
that,
Yeah,
the
right.
rest
I
is
agree.
really the same thing is kind of a fair thing to say back to you. So
Yeah, it's surprising how quickly it got territorial on that farm.
a lot about land
Like I was
rights.
here first. I forced him to kiss me first.
We are forcing into some real problematic, some problematic conversations for such a wholesome show right away.
Right.
Uh, God forbid any Native Americans are watching this show. They're like, wait a second. What are you guys talking about being here first? Somebody worried about a deer. Evan farmers. Like,
Right.
let's see. What else do I have here that I thought were good highlights? Yeah, Brittany. Did you see how she was holding the water pail when she was that was bad. He mentioned that she hasn't doesn't seem like she has a lot of farm experience, but she's like standing over the pail and she's holding it like in the mid on the top to water it with one hand. It's a pail, sweetheart. It's a pail. I was like, I look, I all good fun. Like
Yeah,
I am no farmer, and so
right.
I'm not mansplaining here in any way. I would not be doing well on the farms.
But I mean, I would love to them put us to work one day just for the
I
experience.
listen, Fox, we're friends. Send us out. Let us do some interviews with these guys. Like I will go and shovel crap.
Well, I'm going to talk to you about that after, but yeah, we want interviews, but no,
Brian wants to eat the testicles.
send me and Bill to eat some Rocky Mountain oysters, or I will sort through. I don't have any nails on my fingers like Brooklyn does. I can sort through those potatoes pretty
I
well.
have no like nails though. That's the thing. I'm a big trim the nail
Oh,
clipper
of
guy.
course, you can't have talons on a man's hand. Like you can't have Coke fingers, like Coke pinky nails. But like you're also wearing gloves. Like her nails are just so long that like even a glove will like it doesn't fit. Like she needs those like gloves with the needles on from like horror movies.
uh, actually, Farmer Wants a Wife horror spinoff. Let's do the traders, but on the farm, right?
Yeah,
Who killed Farmer Brandon?
yeah, right.
And
Who
it's
killed
just
this
all the
buck?
women standing there with bloody hay hose. Like
Yeah, and then like they're mounted on the wall each
oh,
week.
oh boy. See, this is a good show.
Yeah, yeah.
We're dibs, everybody.
Farmer wants a murder.
Farmer wants an alibi.
Yeah, yeah.
God. The only other person I did want to mention, people that we kind of were highlighted in the episode was Allie for Nathan. I put that Allie I thought was a contender. They were showing kind of some of the mini dates, and that was one that I
Yeah,
thought went well. So
yeah, no, for sure. I don't really have anything like terrible to say about anybody. I mean, like that any situation. I mean, the one that was in question went home.
yeah, and everyone wasn't problematic. She
Yeah,
just probably vocalized what he was feeling, and frankly, he probably just wanted he didn't. It's hard to pick the first person. So if any of
yeah,
these women can express some doubts, they'll probably just use that. So guys, advice if you want to go on farm once a wife, zip it early.
yeah. They'll
Yeah,
self
like I said,
eliminate.
check out our coverage of every episode here on YouTube. We will definitely put some things out on TikTok as well. So look out for us, the reality guys, on everything: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I promise we will get this stuff in some form on audio sooner than later. I'm not going to release every single review as its own mini episode. That would just get ridiculous. But I am toying with the idea of everything we released on one day, maybe released the following day,
Yeah,
all
just
put
bunch
together. I'll
together.
block it all together, audio. You'll hear me introing myself a bunch of times. That's literally like the level that I'm going to do right now, guys. Until I
Yeah,
see that a bunch
make
of
fun
you
of
are
us.
downloading it on audio, then I will go and trim it, and Brian and I will make it all nice. But like,
Mhm.
download on whatever the hell I end up posting it on. I got to talk to Kyle. I do have a Podbean account, so it should end up on everything,
Right.
like the podcast did for like 6 episodes. So maybe I could just take that feed, just like change it. I'll look at it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Teach
little
ourselves.
along to say that more reality guys coming out for you guys. But for myself, Brian, everyone at the reality guys, thank you so much for watching. See ya.